Okay, and you know exactly what I'm trying to say based on my non-verbals as well as what I'm saying right now. But at the same time, I'm hearing a lot of noise in the room, and all this perhaps could make you not able to pay full attention to me, alright, on hearing what are the key things to look out for. So that is the noise that is ongoing, alright? So some of the noise that could have actually created would be the barriers, okay, that will come into the picture of organizational communication, okay? So a good people manager should not only just identify barriers, they should also learn how to overcome them. Okay? Otherwise, why are we recruiting you or why are we hiring you for in the organization? So a good people manager must learn how to identify barriers as well as provide solutions. Alright? Okay, moving on. There are different types of communication taking place every day in the organization. Okay? It could be top down, boss to you, bottom up, from you to the boss, from the form of in the form of a feedback, lateral between you and your colleagues and peers, and also cross-functional diagonal. Okay, so there are different types altogether. Okay, so read through them. Okay, and make sure that communication is effective, not just in your exam, but effective in your day-to-day life. Okay, let's move on. Okay, job design and delegation is one of the shortest topics that you can find in POM. Okay, but as very good people managers here, I'm sure, okay, you always think for your staff. Okay, you always want to give the very best, making sure that they are satisfied at workplace, keeping them motivated, as well as being productive. So that is why, okay, having a spectrum of job schedule arrangement would be very useful to your staff, isn't it? Yeah. Okay? So many of you may be thinking, I just ask them to start work at 9 o'clock, finish work at 6:30. Isn't that good enough? Why we have to make special arrangement for them to come in 10:30, then finish work at 8:30? Okay? All this is done because we want to motivate and we want to understand the predicament of your staff, making sure that their personal needs could be possibly addressed by the organizational resources. Okay, so we want to help them to stay relevant and productive. Okay, so as a good people manager, I think it's important for us, okay, to understand how to implement all this. Okay, so fundamentals of control. Okay, there are 2 dedicated lectures on this, and its content is also very heavy. Okay, but actually it is not that difficult to understand after all. So let's take a look at why control is needed. Anyone can tell me? Why do you think control is needed?
Monitor.
Because you want to monitor the activities, right? To make sure that your goals that you have set 5 years ago continues to be relevant today. Okay? So by the course of monitoring or controlling, you are able to identify perhaps some opportunities or some uncertainties as mentioned in one of the 6 reasons. Okay, so please make sure you understand the 6 reasons of how controlling or why controlling is needed. Alright, so we also understand that there are some areas of control that we can look at. For example, your financial resources, human resources, so on and so forth. You guys are the expert in this, you have applied it to your project very well. Okay? So just make sure you don't forget them. Okay, and the timing of the control is also helpful and important for organization. When do you do it? Before, during, or after? Okay, would determine how successful your controlling process is going to be like. Okay, so as a good people manager, when do we practice financial resource control? Before, during, or after? Generally after, right? When all the statements come in, okay, you are able to reconcile what are the shortfalls and then you can do your future planning again. Alright? And last but not least, we learned about the controlling process as well. So this is very much related to your definitions of controlling, where you monitor, you compare, and then you take corrective actions. So make sure you understand that 4 different steps on how control is being done. Okay? So controlling performance, which is the next chapter, is very much linked to what is fundamentals of control. So if I were you, I will study them collectively, okay, as one chapter. Okay, so that will help me to understand the control measures better. Okay. Okay, so the next one is on ethics and social responsibility. This is an up-and-coming area in the business scene. If you don't believe, you can just ask your parents who are working. Okay, they will tell you that many organizations today are practicing this CSR efforts. Okay, so very importantly, we learned about the stakeholder concept. So what would be a stakeholder? What would be a stakeholder? Somebody, or it could be a person, it could be an agency, it could be a body of people who has an interest. Keyword is interest in your organization. So actually, people like your shareholders, they have an interest because they hope that by investing in your organization, they can have a healthy return on their investment. So as an organization, you owe them this responsibility to make money and make it happen, okay, for their investment invested in your organization. Okay? At the same time, competitors are also looking at you on a day-to-day basis because your crisis could be their opportunities. Okay? So please make sure you can explain, okay, the different stakeholders. FYI, there are 9 of them. Okay? So please make sure you are able to explain them very clearly. Okay, areas in corporate social responsibility, very straightforward. There are just 4 areas. So just read through them will do. Okay? There is something very interesting in this topic. Okay, it's called the business ethics. Okay? Sometimes, like a bit, obscure, not really a lot of people will pay attention to such things. Maybe it may be very important. Because we fail, we may have a blind spot in life. Okay? So I think as good people managers, we should often pay attention to things like your ethical issues. Okay? Things like, for example, a company may require a manager to entertain clients at night spots, but this may be against the manager's personal values. So maybe for the guys, you think, it's okay, just go night spot or just finish my deal. But maybe to the ladies, it's a different story. Okay, ladies may want to be seen as unprofessional. Okay, I don't need to rely on any other methods for me to get my rank, okay, in the organization. So that may cause some kind of ethical issues in your life. So as a good people manager, I think it is worth investing some time to understand what are those ethical issues that you may possibly face when you start working. Alright? Okay, and last but not least, okay, we spoke about international management. Okay, fundamentally, these are the 2 main things that you need to know. Okay, why companies go international? Because of greater profit, greater market share that you want to have. Okay, and how do you actually go overseas or international would be true? What are the 5 areas or 5 methods of market entry? From the easiest would be exporting, licensing, franchising, joint venture, and wholly owned subsidiary. Wow, all A students. Okay. Alright, so please make sure you know the differences. Make sure you know how to explain them. Okay, perhaps in a given scenario. Alright. Okay, so that's all I have. I hope it has been clear for you.